सायंकाल में तो उनसे खुश खराफत पूछी जाती है, कैसे हो, राजी हो, खुशी हो, तबीयत कैसी है, ठीक है नहीं। मुंह के पास ब्राह्मणों से ये पूछने की दरकार नहीं रहती है वास्तव में। क्यों? जो निश्चय बुद्धि है उनको जो भी शरीर की तकलीफें वगैरह कुछ भी है तो उस खुशी में कि हम बाप से वर्षा ले रहे हैं, देर के बाद ये क्या है, तो वो खुश रहते हैं। बीमार भी है अगर तो भी अभी ज्ञान तो है तो समझते हैं कि थोड़ा कर्म का हिसाब किताब है, अभी हम तो जाकर के बादशाह बनते हैं, विश्व का मालिक बनते हैं, ये हिसाब किताब ये पुराने शरीर का खलास होते हैं। ऐसे अपन को समझाए फिर अभी बाबा की खुशी में रहे। जैसे कोई देवताएं होंगी वहां सत्य में, तुम्ही तो होंगे नहीं, तो क्या एक तो को कहेंगे खुश राजी हो, नहीं, वो तो एवर हैप्पी, उनसे ये पर्सन भी नहीं पूछा जा सकते। यहाँ तो ये पर्सन सब एक दो से पूछता हो, आज हो, बिल्कुल पतला देखेंगे, ज़ईफ देखेंगे, तो वहां तो ये देखने भी नहीं आता है तो कोई ज़ईफ है या पतला है या बीमार है या कुछ भी, तो कोई से भी खुश खराफत नहीं पूछी जाती है। यानी ये भी विवेक कहते हैं। वहां क्या पूछने का है, सभी वर्षा ले लिया है खुशी का, अपरंपार खुशी का, देखा जाए तो इसका पारावार नहीं रहता है। तुमको इतना बाप से खुशी का खजाना मिलते हैं। भाई ऊपर में तो है निराकार शिव बाबा, क्योंकि ये तो बच्चे जानते हैं कि माला फेरी जाती है तो एक माला पूरी करेंगे नमस्ते, फिर शुरू करेंगे वो पूरी होगी, फिर भी नमस्ते। अभी नमस्ते जो कहते हो वो ऐसे जैसे कलप कलप की नमस्ते कहते हो तुम्हारे हिसाब से, क्योंकि कलप कलप ये माला बनती है, बाल बनाते हैं और प्रवृत्ति मार्ग है। तो जैसे कि ज्ञान हो गए तो कहेंगे कि भाई माला फेरी, ये सारी शिशि का चक्कर तुमने फेरा तुमसे मिलने के लिए, बच्चों का लव या खींचते। अभी यहाँ तो बच्चे आई है, कैसे मेला लगता होगा, आत्मा और परमात्मा का जो मेला गाया हुआ है कैसे लगता होगा। अभी सन्मुख बैठे हो, देखते हो कैसे लगते हैं, कैसे बाप बैठ कर करके रूहानी बाप रूहानी बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं। तो बुद्धि में बैठा नहीं कि आगे भी बाबा ने ऐसे ही परमपिता परमात्मा ने कोई शरीर तो जरूर धारण किया होगा, नहीं उसे बैठ करके राज्य उसी तरह है, अभी भी ऐसे ही है। अच्छा बच्ची बाजा बजा।
आप दया सिंधु बाबा, दिल में जो हमें समा देते, शिक्षा देते, शक्ति देते, गुण ज्ञान खजाने भर देते, निष्काम आपकी सेवाएं, निष्काम आपकी सेवाएं, उपहार स्वर्ग हमें देते हैं।
बच्चों को नमस्ते करते हैं,
बाबा कितने निरहंकारी।
मीठे मीठे सिक्के लगे रूहानी बच्चों पे माता पिता बाप दादा का याद प्यार और गुड नाइट।
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vyakti Parivar. Today is day 22, Smriti Swarup, Chakdamba, Lap of Love. So today we are starting our week with our Mama. Love nourishes and nurtures. Mama's mantra. However many times I read the Murli, accordingly I receive nourishment for the soul. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. When we listen to Baba, while listening, one really feels in practical what Baba is saying. Baba has given you the inheritance of happiness. So in golden age, we won't ask each other, how are you? How are you doing? Are you happy? Because Baba has given us all happiness now at confluence age as our inheritance. Then we were listening to Baba, Brahma Baba. Shiv Baba is speaking through Brahma Baba. So beautiful, right? Yesterday, I just shared a little bit on Karmatit stage. Action is action. So there is bondage with action, bondage of action, bondage with action, and bondage of action. Actions are always, we can say, good and bad, or pure or impure. So when it is action done in body consciousness, it creates a bondage. And when it is bondage, then the sanskar which get created will force us or pull us to do certain actions in a particular way. Even up to the thoughts, the influence of the bondage of actions. Thinking in a particular way towards a soul or having attitude towards a soul. And it's not intentionally you are thinking that way, but you find somewhere from deep within there are certain influence or feelings. And that's from those feelings we think about that person. And then later on say, no, but that's not what I want to think. Even so subtle influence of the bondage of the karmas on the thoughts first. And it's very, very subtle, right? And this way, internally, there is liking for someone, of course, is because of good qualities and specialities. For some, it's difficult to be that close. And I know that all of us do notice from time to time that my thoughts shouldn't be like this for this person. Why I'm thinking this way? So we know that it is from some karmic accounts. Something which I have done or that soul has done, and my sanskars are emerging. And same could be with the words. For every action, when you smile, when you wish, or even when you want to share with some souls, you will naturally be very generous. And then with some souls, you will find that you are a little bit limited. Something like blocking, something stopping you. But actually, Karmatita stage is when you have gone beyond everything, whether by settling karmic accounts or emerging your very, very pure feelings for everyone. That is why Baba had been saying, have good wishes, have pure feelings for everyone, everyone, so that that influence of the karmic bondage is not there. And also then the sanskars change. I have to respect everyone. I have to love everyone. The way I speak, it should be very, very, respectful. So when we are able to do for all, that means internally you have kind of sorted out, settled, cleansed yourself. So that means what actions I am doing now. One is, of course, what I did one day before, 1 hour before. Other is what I am doing now also has influence. If there is influence, then again there is some bondage being created. So that is why we say for Baba, Baba has love for all the souls. So some might say, no, Baba loves some souls more, but that is definitely according to the specialties, according to the power they need. If you are given a big task, then you will need more love, power of love, right? So Baba has to give that love, right? Baba has to make you feel belonging. But he is not doing it because of karmic account, but the courage which is required, enthusiasm which is required for the task. On Sunday morning when that Brahma Baba helped children to increase their capacity, to make them worthy. So it was beautiful. Everyone, whether last number or first number, but that's what he did with everyone. I know even during Brahma Baba's time, some souls used to say, Baba likes this one very much. This one can go in Baba's room every time. Why can't I do that, right? Why don't I have same right? So what we have to do to increase our purity, increase our love. Even when Baba gives love, everyone doesn't feel the same way. So that's why I liked when Baba said, on Thursday, receive, capacity to receive also. Maybe you are given love, you are loved by everyone, but you don't feel it. I find, yes, I always feel lots of love, lots of love. I never think this one doesn't have love. So if I allow to have completely that pure feelings, so karmatit stage is where you are doing actions but not creating any bondage with karma or with anyone's karmas. And that's where we have to follow Father. Even our mama, when we say her love, any soul, every soul, those who like mama, there were some who were against certain things of mama, but she will talk very sweetly. She will give respect to everyone, has lot of love. And of course we know because her love for Morley. And it's true that how many times Mama must be thinking about Morley, reading Morley. And in the beginning, they used to call it, let's sit and have spiritual chit chat. And then they will sit with the Murli, and all of them will start what Baba meant by these words, what Baba meant by this, what is the message behind it. They went into depth and keep playing with the points of knowledge. So if we want to experience that, our nourishment, I am being nurtured by love. It is from the morning you feel it. Of course, sitting in remembrance of Baba, as much love I have, I can feel from Baba. Otherwise, if I do not have, and Baba is giving lot of love, Baba is giving drishti, but that soul is not feeling the power. That soul is not experienced being loved by Baba. So I think Murli and churning, sharing the knowledge could help the soul, because understanding of knowledge will help the souls to be free from all hurdles, obstacles. So as you keep reading Murli, whether you are silently reading or loudly speaking in class, you just feel the power, you feel love, happiness. As we are not looking for just what are the new points today. For me, as soon as I take Murli, a kind of very deep feeling of thrill that, oh, today Baba is explaining this. I don't say, oh, Baba, you said same thing again. You did it day before yesterday. Like consider yourself to be a soul. Baba will say every time, right? Because we need to be in soul consciousness to understand what he is saying. So he will keep saying, child, you are a soul. Manmanabhav, maybe 8-10 times, because that's what really we want to be in that stage of Manmanabhav. Not only that, but it should be to an extent that I am able to share with others also. Like Sister Gayatri was sharing today when she was revising Murli, that she had to do this program of yoga at UN, and Baba said, you should have at least yoga for 8 hours. Be in soul consciousness, remember me. She said she was able to share that because as she heard, she felt from Murli that Baba is speaking this so that we can share with others. And I remember also there was a time if I had to go for a lecture anywhere on any topic, I will listen to Baba's Murli and I find points. We can use the same words or we can even say it in a way that people can understand. All the lectures used to be based on Baba's Murli. So Murli as source of love. Murli also is source where I give Baba's message accurately. Even the examples which Baba gave are simple, are practical, and very appealing. Like when Baba talks about alloy in the gold, ornaments. So we can immediately relate to it. What is alloy? How it got mixed? Because every time I take birth, new body, some alloy has to be made. It's a new ornament. So Baba's examples also, as I said, simple, real, and practical. Baba never shared much stories, but sometimes he shares the story, which recently he shared was about you have garland or necklace in your neck. That means you are peaceful, your religion is peace, and you are searching for peace. So this queen lost it and she was searching all over. And then finally someone said, but it's in your neck. She put the hand and she said, yes. And this is how it is like. What is our Swadharma? Religion of the self is peace. But people go to forest and go to jungles and do so much tapasya just to experience peace. And here Baba said, child, peace is your religion. And I said, yes, I am peaceful. I think that's how we began journey. I began journey with the words, I am peaceful. Every time I say I'm peaceful, I feel, yes, I am peaceful. Right? So, Murli is the source of love, of happiness, of course, of knowledge. Because when we start telling different kinds of examples, then intellect will go towards the books, towards the people who told those stories. But while listening Murli, intellect has gone to Baba. Then the power will come, right? I am listening Murli and intellect is going towards human being. I won't get power. That is why it's so important that I know it's Baba speaking, and while speaking, my intellect is with Baba. That means while listening Murli, you are in yoga. That was speciality of Mama and Dadis also. While listening, I'm remembering, Shiv Baba is telling me this. Shiv Baba is knowledgeful. Shiv Baba is Trikaldasi giving me knowledge. Every point you hear, Shiv Baba is telling me. No, Baba says that when you think of studies, you think of teacher. So that means your yoga is with the teacher. But if it's anywhere else, whether it's from the book or it's going towards human being, so you are listening, but your yoga is not with Baba, you will not experience love or power. It's a very subtle point. I'm sure I'm relating. Right? I'm in soul consciousness, listening boldly, and internal Baba, yes, Baba, you are this. Baba is explaining, this is yoga, right? But I say, no, this sister said, this brother said, so and so said. So you might get a lot of points, but not power. Who can give power? So when we say knowledge becomes power, it's only while listening if your yoga is with Baba. Either he's explaining me as father, sometimes as teacher, and sometimes like Sadguru. So if I think of him in any relationship, there will be power. And power means you are able to inculcate. You are able to become that. No, like following Brahma Baba, the first one is becoming embodiment of knowledge. The first step to follow Brahma Baba. Yeah, on Sunday we heard only. But if you are knowledgeful, the proof is that you will never experience sorrow. If there is experience of sorrow, that means I'm not embodiment of knowledge. That's called power, right? So think little bit more on that how Mama was able to nurture herself and others with love, and the source was Murli. So while listening Murli, yoga of intellect with Baba. So knowledge will really like Mama's intellect. Knowledge became wisdom. It was like pearls. Same start happening to us. When while listening Murli, my yoga of intellect is with Baba. You will see the value of every point. You will experience power from every point. And then what we become? The embodiment of knowledge. And of course, all the time, loveful and happy, no sorrow. Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you. That was wonderful. And now we will listen more about our Mama from our dear angel, Sister Gayatri. Welcome back, Sister Gayatri.
Thank you. I like to be called Brahma Kumari, a daughter of Brahma. And so I like that very much. Makes me feel so worthy. And so today, I am privileged and honored to be with you, to take you through these 7 days of being in the lap of love of Jagadamba. And so today, day 1, we are going to be focusing on love nourishes and love nurtures. And I will start with the homework slide. So if you could put the homework slide up for me, yeah. So we will be each day looking at what something I'm calling as Mama's mantra. And so Mama's mantra, we'll be remembering those mantras that she really held close to her own efforts and her own becoming Karmatit. So for tomorrow, we'll be looking from Amrit Vela until we say goodnight to Baba. We will be looking at this mantra. However many times I read the Murli, accordingly, I receive nourishment for the soul. So obviously, Mama used the Murli as the basis of being nourished and nurtured by love. And then for our practice, I want this week to be a week of practice. And we will focus on practicing being Smriti Swarup for 7 days. So the practice is a very simple one. What we will do, we will sit on the seat of pure awareness. And what is pure awareness? Is who I am, what I am, and whom I belong to. I decided for us to go through this so that you could also participate in this practice. We've heard a lot. We've heard Smriti Swarup from Dadi Janki, from Didi Mohini, from Dadi Gulzar. But with Mama, I thought we will do a little bit more of participating in actually practicing Smriti Swarup. So with this consciousness, as Baba says, sit on the seat of pure consciousness. And what is that pure consciousness? Who am I? What am I? And whom I belong to? There was a Murli in which Baba actually encouraged us to do this, to spend 7 days practicing this. And this is what he said in that Murli. He says, when you want to practice Smriti Swarup, because he was making a distinction of being Smriti Sochna, which is being in the awareness of thoughts, and being Smriti Swarup, being in the awareness of the form of the soul. And so he says that we need to, first of all, check whether you are able to become an embodiment of awareness according to the time and according to the situation you're going through. Check the form of your awareness before you act, not after you've acted. So far, Baba has noticed that we are number one in knowing something and thinking about it. But now we must become number one in conducting ourselves from that Swarup of the experience of something. So what do you have to do now? Listen and become an embodiment of what you have heard. Practice being an embodiment of awareness according to the time. So for the next 7 days, we will practice this. We will listen and become an embodiment of an experience. And we will do it in relation to Mama's life. So listening and becoming an embodiment of awareness is to be soul conscious, first of all. So we will be in that awareness of being a soul. The form is the soul. And now we will listen to Ramesh Bhai's story with Mama. And today is episode 1 of his story. And the story is centered around how this relationship that Ramesh Bhai had with Mama, how that love of being in Mama's lap nourished and nurtured him to actually be of a great support to her at the most, I would say, vulnerable time in her life. And I chose to do it this way because we heard a lot of Mama talking. But here is an opportunity for us to hear a senior brother sharing his experiences with Mama at the time she was placed in his trust and she needed treatment. So what I'd like you to do is, as I'm reading this story from Ramesh Bhai, I would like you to be seated on your seat of pure soul consciousness. And I'd like you to listen, not think as you are hearing the story, but I'd like you to listen as an experience. How are you experiencing what you're hearing? And put it within the context of this love that nurtures and nourishes. So here is episode 1 of Ramesh Bhai's story. I had a very deep and touching experience with Mama from April 1964 onwards. In April 1964, Mama had set out on tour of Baba's centers from Madhuban. Mama had toured Punjab and reached Kanpur. I was at that time in Mumbai. One day, I suddenly received a phone call from Kanpur saying that Mama had been to a doctor the previous day and he, the doctor, had found a lump on her chest. He was taken to a second doctor who said that the lump looked strange and that Mama should be taken to Mumbai's Tata Hospital for further checkup. The brothers and sisters of Kanpur had informed Brahma Baba. Baba told them that Mama should first come to Abu. After she comes to Abu, Baba will make a decision about what needs to be done further. Being aware of the seriousness of the situation, I gave my opinion to Baba on the telephone, and the decision to bring Mama from Kanpur directly to Mumbai was taken. Dada Vishwa Kishore Bhau came to Mumbai with Mama. Together, we made an appointment at the Tata Hospital through an acquaintance, Dr. Jaishwal. Following the checkup, the doctors decided to operate on Mama, and a date was subsequently fixed for 2 days later. Dada Vishwa Kishore and I accompanied Mama into the operating room ourselves. We did not allow the ward boys to do this. My Lokik sister, Dr. Anila, stayed with Mama in the operating room during the procedure and would come out at intervals to report on the proceedings to us. And we, in turn, conveyed this to Brahma Baba in Madhuban. After the operation, we, Ushaben and I, brought Mama to our home from the hospital, where she stayed for about 1.5 months with us. Now, that was episode 1 of Ramesh Bhai's story with Mama. So what I'd like to invite you now to do is to do a practice. We will practice together for 3 minutes of, after listening to Ramesh Bhai speaking about this situation that he was in with Mama, and remembering Mama's mantra of, could we have the slide of the practice? Remembering Mama's mantra, however many times I read the Murli, accordingly I receive nourishment for the soul, and I become the embodiment of true love, which meant the strength to do what was needed to be done obviously came from being nourished by the Murli for everyone. I would like you, for the next 3 minutes, all of us together, to reflect on this question. Reflecting on what Brother Ramesh shared, what emerges in your Smriti, in your awareness, that helps you put aside all other thoughts and deal with a challenging situation with strength and with love. So for the next 3 minutes in silence, let us reflect on this question. And from our silence, we will go into the collective meditation. Reflect on this question. You can write what that awareness was, or just become aware of what emerged from your Swarup of soul consciousness into your awareness. So as you reflect, I'll repeat the question slowly, reflecting on what Brother Ramesh shared. What emerges in your Smriti or your awareness that helps you put aside all other thoughts and deal with a challenging situation with strength and love.
शीतल शीतल आंचल में जो आया भूल नहीं सकता, सुनकर माँ की मीठी लोरी, सुनकर माँ की मीठी लोरी, कोई दूर न जा सकता।
Om Shanti. That was wonderful, wonderful experience. Thank you so much for bringing all this beautiful practices and awareness and also experience from our dear brother Ramesh ji. So we'll continue with Baba's remembrance and then we'll close with silence in Baba's remembrance. But again, just a reminder, everyone must have received the invitation for this coming Saturday. So please make sure that you pass on this invitation to all your friends and families. And also one more thing, just to remind that we had been continuing our 10 minutes of silence during the day. So 10:30, 12:30, 5:30 and 7, which is included in our bhatti. So these timings are open for 10 minutes of silence in our Zoom, Avyakti Parivar Zoom. So anyone, if you would like to join for 10 minutes of silence, you're welcome to do so. And also, as we had said also, that if you want any invitation through WhatsApp, we have WhatsApp number also. So you can also send on WhatsApp. Here you can see the number, WhatsApp number 516-717-9171. And also any bhog request, please send it to this number. Whichever Thursday you want to offer bhog to Baba, please send all details to this number. This is phone number as well as the WhatsApp number. All of the communication, please, it's avyaktiparivar@gmail.com. You can send it there. And also experiences on website avyaktiparivar.org. So coming in today's Thursday, we'll be having special Mama's book, and also it will be very nice special sharing. I'll let you all know tomorrow the timing. But there are many things have been coming, and also we have created also, so we'll let you know when we'll be playing that, so you all can watch and also have experience. Thank you, and now let's remember Baba and close with Baba's remembrance.
Om Shanti, everyone. It was a beautiful experience to be with Mama and in silence together. So, good night, everyone. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.